Today we'll explore The Old Man and the Sea, Ernest Hemingway's timeless story of courage, endurance, and the triumph of the human spirit.
Detailed plot summary. The Old Man and the Sea is a short novel published in 1952. It tells the inspiring story of Santiago, an aging Cuban fisherman who struggles against nature, fate, and his own physical limitations. The novel explores courage, endurance, and the dignity of hard work. Santiago has gone 84 consecutive days without catching a fish. Because of his bad luck, the parents of his young apprentice, Manolin, forced the boy to work on another fishing boat. Although Manolin no longer fishes with him, he continues to admire Santiago, helping him carry his fishing gear, bringing him food, and encouraging him. Determined to end his unlucky streak, Santiago sails alone into the Gulf Stream, farther than any other fisherman. On the 85th day, a giant marlin takes his bait. The fish is so enormous and powerful that it pulls Santiago's small boat far out to sea. For 3 days and 2 nights, Santiago struggles to hold on to the fishing line. His hands are badly cut, his body aches, and he becomes exhausted, yet he refuses to surrender. During this long battle, Santiago develops deep respect for the marlin. He admires its strength, beauty, and determination, calling it his brother. Despite this admiration, he knows he must kill the fish to survive and prove his worth as a fisherman. Finally, after an exhausting struggle, Santiago harpoons the marlin. It is the largest fish he has ever caught. Since the fish is too large to fit inside the boat, he ties it alongside his skiff and begins his journey home, dreaming of the money it will bring and the pride it will restore. However, the blood from the marlin attracts sharks. Santiago fights them with his harpoon, knife, oar, and even a broken club. He kills several sharks, but more continue to attack. One by one, they eat the marlin until only its skeleton remains. Santiago reaches the harbor late at night, physically exhausted and emotionally defeated. He carries his mast home, collapses into bed, and falls into a deep sleep. The next morning, the fishermen are amazed by the enormous skeleton of the marlin. Realizing the greatness of Santiago's achievement, Manolin is moved to tears when he sees the old man's injuries. He promises never to leave Santiago again and vows to fish with him in the future. The novel ends with Santiago sleeping peacefully and dreaming of the lions he had seen on the beaches of Africa in his youth. These lions symbolize youth, hope, strength, and the unbroken spirit that still lives within him. Major characters. 1. Santiago, the protagonist, and an elderly Cuban fisherman. Brave, patient, determined, and deeply respectful of nature. Represents human courage and perseverance. 2. Manolin, Santiago's devoted young apprentice. Loves and respects the old man despite his lack of success. Symbolizes loyalty, hope, friendship, and the continuation of experience. 3. The marlin, a magnificent giant fish that Santiago catches after a heroic struggle. Represents nature's beauty, strength, and a worthy opponent. 4. The sharks attack and devour the marlin on Santiago's return journey. Symbolize destructive forces, loss, and the harsh realities of life. 5. The fishermen, fellow fishermen who initially think Santiago is unlucky, later admire his courage after seeing the giant marlin skeleton. Main themes. 1. Perseverance and endurance. The novel emphasizes that true success comes from determination and refusing to give up despite repeated failures. 2. Man versus nature. Santiago battles the sea, the marlin, and the sharks, showing both humanity's struggle with nature and its respect for it. 3. Pride and personal honor. Santiago seeks not wealth, but the satisfaction of proving his skill, courage, and dignity. 4. Success and failure. Although Santiago loses the marlin's flesh, he achieves a moral and spiritual victory through his courage and determination. 5. Isolation and companionship. Santiago fishes alone, but his emotional bond with Manolin gives him hope and strength. 6. Human spirit. The novel suggests that while people may be physically defeated, their spirit cannot be destroyed. Santiago's courage remains unbroken. 7. Respect for nature. Santiago loves and respects the sea and the creatures that live in it, even when he must fight them. Conclusion. The Old Man and the Sea is a timeless masterpiece by Ernest Hemingway that celebrates courage, resilience, and the dignity of human effort. Through Santiago's unforgettable struggle with the marlin and the sharks, Hemingway conveys the famous idea that a man can be destroyed but not defeated. The novel remains one of the greatest works of modern American literature because of its simple style, powerful symbolism, and universal message about hope, determination, and the strength of the human spirit.